You ever wake up one day and realize the things that used to light you up just don't hit the same anymore? Yeah, that's what I want to talk about today because sometimes it's not burnout like I've talked about in the past. It's something different. Maybe evolution? I don't know. Hey y'all, it's your podcast bestie Jama, and today we're talking about something that's been sitting heavy on my mind a lot lately. Those seasons when what used to work stops working. Whether that's in your business, your habits, your routines that used to make you feel unstoppable, and suddenly you stop and they don't. And if you're like me, your first instinct is to try harder, more strategies, more hustle, more caffeine, more checklists, more go, go, go. But what if the answer isn't in doing more? It's in letting go. I'll be honest, for a while now, I've felt like I'm standing at a crossroads. I don't know. I still love photography, but lately the fire I used to feel when I'm talking about marketing or posting or launching something, it's just not in me anymore. And I've had these conversations in person, but here I am sharing with you guys because I think some of y'all can relate. I keep thinking to myself, what's wrong with me? Did I lose my drive? Am I burning out? Am I just tired? And that's when it hit me. I'm not losing motivation. I'm shifting direction, and that's a big difference. See, there's a point in every creative journey, or really in any season of growth, where you start to outgrow your old systems. The things that got you here might not take you to where you're going next, but that doesn't mean they were wrong. It just means it's time to evolve, even if you don't know what that evolution is just yet. Leave it to me to use shoes as an analogy, because everything relates to running in my world, in my mind, but sometimes our routines, our branding, our daily habits, they're like shoes that used to fit perfectly, but then one day they start to not feel as good. And you try to squeeze in them for a while, but eventually they hurt your feet when you go out and run. And that's where I've found myself recently, trying to keep pace with who I used to be instead of giving space for myself to figure out who I'm becoming. And I've talked about it in the past on here, burnout or something not right, but that's where I'm at if I'm being honest. For me, that shift looks like stepping into more conversations about wellness and midlife and strength and identity, because that's the world I'm living in right now, and it's what I talk about a lot in real life. But maybe for you, it's something different. A job that doesn't feel like your purpose anymore, a business model that's not inspiring you, a routine that feels more like pressure than peace. The old version of you isn't bad. She just took it as far as she could, and now it's time to hand the baton over to the new version of you. So if you've been feeling that nudge, that weird in-between where things feel off, but you can't explain why, you're not broken. You're just in a season of shift. And here's the thing about seasons. They always change. Maybe not in Texas with the summertime, but things do always change. So you have to let one end before the next can begin. You don't need to force it, fix it, or find a new 5-step plan. You just need to pause and take a breath long enough to listen to what's trying to get your attention. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So I know this isn't one of those polished here's how to fix it episodes where I give you step by step. It's more of a mirror, a little reminder that if something feels different, maybe that's because you're becoming something different. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. So I'll see y'all next Tuesday for another conversation about growth or shifts or what it looks like to evolve out loud without having it all figured out. Because like I said, I'm just here to be real and to live the whole picture. And that's all I got for now. Not much else. So I'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, y'all.